Greg sent me through, or rang through, this red-hot tip this morning about seeing swastikas at the top of the Nylex silos. 7 or 8 of them. Seen a photograph about a metre high. He thought they'd been there since last week at least. Ronald and Anita have sent me through photographs on our website, 3rw.com.au. We chased it up with the developers of the building. We've chased it up with Yarra Council, and that's where I get the reference number. On the line, the Chairman of the Anti-Defamation Commission, Dvir Abramovich. Good morning.
Good morning, Neil. Good to be with you as always.
We have to deal with it quickly, don't we?
We do have to. Before we begin, Neil, can I use...
Sorry, just before you begin, are you able to pick up the phone? There's a bit of echo there.
Can you hear me better?
Yep, that's better. Yep.
Before we begin, I'd like to express my deepest thanks to you on behalf of the community for really using your moral voice and authority to stand up and speak out against the virus of anti-Semitism. I mean, let's not make any mistakes. This is a war. It's a fight between good and evil, which we have to win. And we need more foot soldiers. So I'm really glad that you've been pushing back and making this part of the public conversation.
Well, it's just decency. I think the problem's continuing. In fact, it's getting worse, isn't it?
It is getting worse, and we've had a rash of terrifying swastika vandalism over the last few years. And I always say, think about the Holocaust survivor. For them to see the swastika, which is the absolute emblem of inhumanity, a Holocaust survivor who may have lost relatives, it's as threatening as being confronted by a gun. It tears a hole in their heart. And we also have to remember that anti-Semitism and neo-Nazism, they're exterminist policies. They're not about changing the views of the Jews or other minorities. It's about getting rid of the Jews. And as the tragedies in Hull, Germany, but also in Christchurch and in Pittsburgh have shown, there's a very short journey between expressing this kind of vile and poisonous ideology and actually deadly violence.
Have you managed to have a look at these yet?
I have.
What do you think?
I'm not surprised. I mean, we've seen it. We had a Lisa Space Cafe a few months ago. We've seen it on, the streets. We've seen it next to universities. There is a tsunami of hatred of anti-Semitism, which is staining our streets. And the neo-Nazis and the white supremacists have made a very concerted effort to take their online activity into the real world. That's why we had the rally, as you recall, at the beginning of the year with Blair Cottrell, and we also had Senator Anning there. We've had, Annie Mona Center, which houses Holocaust survivors being defaced by the swastika.
So what do we do with this one? It's quick. We have to get them painted over quickly, right?
Absolutely, and I'm shocked that the council hasn't been running out there and wiping this stain, because this is something which goes beyond the local politics of council. This goes to the very essence of who we are as a people. And I just want to tell you very quickly, Neil, I spoke with a colleague of mine in Europe after the tragedy in Germany. Yep. And in Europe, most Jews today are afraid to identify as Jews, to wear anything visibly. And he said to me, Dvir, this is a glimpse into the future 5 years from now into Melbourne. I said, I hope you're wrong. He said, I don't think I am. If you don't disrupt anti-Semitism now and this very dangerous rhetoric, you'll get to that point. Well, I'm very concerned.
I've got some good news. I have a statement from the developers, Caden. They say, I'll just read it to you direct. Caden is aware of and disgusted that vandals have graffitied parts of the Nylex site with swastikas. We are arranging for them to be covered up or removed as soon as possible. Despite security measures in place, vandals occasionally gain access to the site. We strongly discourage illegal entry from trespassers and will refer instances to police. So the important part, they're going to cover them up or remove them immediately.
Well, we need all good people to lock arms. We managed to block the neo-Nazi concert that was going to take place in Melbourne, and we need to push back. We cannot allow the bigots and the haters to win. This is, I think, a fight worth having, and I'm glad that you're on our side and that you've got our back.
I agree, thank you. Dvir Abramovich, the Chairman of the Anti-Defamation Commission. Any decent person's on their side, on his side, on that sort of issue.